Serious Matters on ONIF TV. My name is Olukunle Abraham, and of course, let's go quickly to what we have to discuss. And I want to show you a video very quickly. So when I show you the video, you'll be able to know where we're going. But then, just like a hint, it's about Omoyele Sowore's comments. That's to the blocking of the airport road earlier on today in Lagos, where students were protesting as to strike. And of course, Omoyele Sowore has been in the news again for his bold talks, his bold moves, bold statements, But then, what has he said this time around? He has said that the President Muhammadu Buhari cannot understand the plight of students because he didn't go to school. So this all right, make you hear am yourself. Don't be say, no be me talk about. Nah, bros talk out. Nigeria students. I stepped down not from my vehicle. I stepped down for your courage. I've been saying it that when Nigerian students are willing to end this strike, it will end. Yes. And I encourage you, saying this unequivocally, that you should shut down the country until the government is brought back to its senses. The reason they shut down universities is to create citizens that can be intimidated. It's to create citizens that will not challenge the shenanigans of government. Is to create citizens that are timid, who do not have intellectual capacity to live in their own country. That is the reason they shut down the universities. Is to also give their children an advantage over you. Yes, sir. Because they have sent their children with your own money to go to school as we speak in the United Kingdom, including Ghana. Greatest Nigerian students. Yes. We are behind you. I am a comrade and I remain one forever and ever. Anything that you might need from us, let us know. But this is your struggle. Yes. This is your struggle. Nigerian students delivered independence to Nigeria in 1960. After that, they hijacked it and start using it against us. Nigerian students delivered democracy that we have today to Nigerians in 1999. But when they want to flog people, it's the same us that they have flogged. This is also about the future. Let Nigerians stop voting for idiots to run the country. Thank you. Let us. The reason why Buhari is not concerned about it is that he has never been to a university before in his life. He did not attend university. He doesn't understand what it means to be a university student. We can't even find his YX certificate. I'm sure he never wrote one. He doesn't have one. So you cannot expect people like that to see this struggle as their struggle. Okay, well, you heard from the horse's mouth himself. That is the presidential candidate of the AAC, Omoyele Sowore, who showed up at the protest held by the National Association of Nigerian Student NANS near Lagos Airport. The students protesting against the lingering strike embarked upon by the association or the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, are calling on the federal government to end the strike by meeting the demands of the striking lecturers. Of course, we understand that even some of the lecturers are already finding their way out of the country to get greener pastures. We heard of somebody who unfortunately committed suicide just because he could not take care of his family as a result of this strike, and quite a number of things have happened. We also are aware that not every student who went on strike will be returning to school. Some of them already, especially female ones, are already put in the family way, and so many things already happened. Well, Sowore told the students that he is in support of their protest while urging Nigerians to stop voting for idiots. Well, according to Sowore, President Buhari, whose YX certificate was not formed and who never attended the university, cannot understand the plight of Nigerian students protesting against the shutdown of university in the country. Well, President Buhari is almost finished with his term. We hope that things don't get worse than they are already, because things are already terrible and bad, now. But then we hope that things don't get worse, that things will begin to pick up. But then you see, this one already happened.
This one is already a done deal. But now having in front of us another opportunity to choose another leader, then we shouldn't make, we shouldn't make the kind of mistakes that we have made in the time past. And that's the truth. We shouldn't make the kind of mistakes that we have made in time past. We must be on our toes to make sure we get somebody who is competent, somebody who has capacity, somebody who understands, who has a feeling. Even God had to come into the world in human flesh. He had to come into the world in human flesh so that he will understand the plight of his creatures. So that he will not just leave us here, and when he sees anyone crying, he wonders, why is he crying? You remember the Terminator? Because he was a machine, he didn't understand what it means to cry. But when he saw John Connor cry, he noticed that he had seen something like that before, but then he didn't understand it. But now when he told him that he was leaving and he was going to leave him alone, he now understood, the reason why you are crying is because you are emotionally tied to him and to the fact that I'm leaving you. You feel it. And for the first time, the machine, had a feeling of him. So what the point I'm trying to make is this, that we've got to come to that point where we make the right decisions. The decisions you make today determines, what you get tomorrow, and your decisions will either make you or mar you. If students have been out of school for several months, over 200 days out of school, all academic session already wasted. Lives, it's as good as wasting the lives of people. It's not only when you kill somebody that you have wasted the person's life. When you deny somebody what he ought to have at the right time, then you wasted the person. You wasted time. And like Yorubas will say, "Kama rimo, kama riruemo, kama shiri ni poluwi." And I just wonder when I hear some people still clamoring for some leaders to still come up, and somebody came up. I saw a video earlier on today. He said it's possible that somebody can be shaking and be healthy, while somebody might not be shaking and he's still here and he's sick. Can you imagine? Just to justify the point of of his colleague, he just was saying all sort of things. We are not saying that somebody is shaking does not mean that, but then we are only asking for someone. We want somebody who has capacity. Look at what is happening in Osun State. Look at what is happening. Despite the fact that look at the way the APC lost. An incumbent governor lost the election, second time in office. Despite the fact that he had all the who is who of the APC on ground. They still couldn't win an election there. Now it is time for them to, he suddenly woke up and said he wants to do local government election. How many days to finishing in office? Local government election that he did not do in more than 3 years. He now wants to elect officers into office. Now, some women came up and said, look, this person, we don't want this person. Why are we all about imposition? Why must we be imposed upon? Are we really practicing democracy? All this idea of whether direct or indirect does not speak the voice of the people. You can't bring a few people together, call them delegates, and say they have spoken the mind of the general, the whole nation. No, that's not true. That's not true. In fact, it would have been better if everyone who bought the form were allowed to face the general populace. If everyone who bought the form were allowed to face the population, let's just face it like that. And so and the truth is that somebody will win. Somebody will win. That's the truth. I think it's high time I know Omoyele Sowore is a very, very passionate man. Very, very passionate, very, very passionate. I love his courage, I love his everything, just like every other person will always say. Yes, I know he wants to be president. I know he has passion, but I don't see him becoming president like in the now. Maybe sometime later. But then, by then he would have calmed down a little bit. He would have calmed down a little bit because you see, all you know is not all that is. That's the truth. All you know is not all that is. There is more to what you know. Because knowledge has no limit. You keep knowing. You keep knowing. So knowledge has no limit. Well, it's still Serious Matters on ONIF TV. Drop your comment, make them simple and civil, and your opinions, we're welcome. They are very welcome. Just make them civil as you drop them. And please do share our videos with others, like our videos, and help us to serve you better. Thank you very much for watching. It's a Serious Matters on ONIF TV. We're looking forward to having a great nation. We're looking forward to having a nation where all is well, where everyone is fine. We want to have a Nigeria where people outside the country will begin to find their way back and just sneak in. Young man, you have come. Oh boy, I don't come back, Tete. Well, I see that happening very, very soon. Thank you very much once again. It is still Serious Matters. So, well, let us know what your opinion is on this particular matter. Let's know. Thank you very much.